Thank you, everyone, for being with us today. My name is Tim Riley. I'm the Director and Chief Curator here at America's National Churchill Museum at Westminster College. I'm very, very pleased to welcome all of you here in person, our faculty, staff, students, trustees, distinguished guests, as well as all of you tuning in to this live stream from around the world. Today, the 12th of April, is a historic day for us here at Westminster College. We welcome a distinguished guest. As we do so, we recall another famous day in the college's history, indeed the world's history. That is March 5th, 1946, when Winston Churchill visited Westminster College's campus to make a speech. That speech, entitled Sinews of Peace, is commonly referred to today as the Iron Curtain speech. For us, here at Westminster College and America's National Churchill Museum, we speak of the Iron Curtain, Churchill, the sinews of peace daily. Today, in the last 5 to 6 weeks, the world is once again concerned about an Iron Curtain and the threat of Russian aggression. And today, we will hear from the Minister of State for the UK, the Right Honourable James Cleverly. James will talk today a little bit about the conflict happening in Ukraine, cite Churchill, and I know what he will have to say here today will be of great interest and great importance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Right Honourable James Cleverly.
Thank you. You are allowed to come closer. I know, honestly, you can come a bit closer because yeah, that's more like it. And also what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to turn to the person next to you or someone near you, look deep into their eyes and say, can you turn your mobile phone to silent, please? That'll be good. Thank you very much for inviting me to come and speak to you today. And I'm genuinely delighted to have the opportunity to speak to you all, to see this section of the Berlin Wall. I'll be making reference to that a little bit later. And also I want to say a big thank you to the people of the United States of America who have greeted me with such hospitality on this trip. And it is wonderful to see the legacy of Sir Winston Churchill live on so powerfully on this side of the Atlantic. And I'm reminded of the words that Sir Winston gave as advice to his cabinet in the UK government when he departed from government for the second time in the 1960s. And his advice... I'm going to keep going. And his advice... No, I'm going to wait. There we go. And his advice, he gave a number of points of advice, but the last line of his advice to the UK cabinet was, stick with the Americans. And that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm here on a 4-day trip. I was in DC yesterday, here in Missouri today, going tomorrow, and I'll be in Minnesota on Thursday. And I'm working with my ministerial colleagues from the UK government to build even stronger links between the United Kingdom and the United States of America. So 76 years ago, and it was made reference to just now, 76 years ago, right where we stand today, Sir Winston Churchill proclaimed for the first time the special relationship which the United Kingdom and the United States of America enjoy. And he stressed the need for us to act as guardians of peace and stability against the menace of what was then Soviet communism, which had been lowered as an iron curtain across Europe. Now, times have changed since then, but the transatlantic partnership is more important than ever, and our governments need to do more together now as two great nations and defenders of peace, perhaps at any other time in my life. Now, we're united by decades of cooperation, and we are close allies when it comes to defending freedom and democracy, not just in our own countries, but around the world. And that is clear in our joint response to Putin's barbaric assault on Ukraine. Together, we are making Putin pay the price for his actions, and we're demonstrating the strength of opposition to his criminal aggression. And in the midst of this terrible conflict, Sir Winston's example of resilience and determination continues to inspire leaders. Indeed, President Zelenskyy echoed Churchill's speech when he addressed the UK Parliament so movingly last month. The people of Ukraine will, Zelenskyy said, fight to the end. At the sea and in the air, we will continue fighting for our land, whatever the cost. In turn, my Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, compared the Ukrainian President with Winston Churchill, bravery in the leadership of his nation during this time of conflict. And I'm sure we all share the Prime Minister's admiration for the courage and dignity shown, not just by President Zelenskyy himself, but by all Ukrainian people. And together, Britain, America, and our allies will continue to support them in the face of this brutal assault. And beyond that terrible conflict, our countries work across the globe to support freedom and democracy. We have, as I say, unrivaled defence and security and intelligence partnerships through NATO, through the AUKUS partnership, and through our Five Eyes intelligence alliance. The National Geospatial Intelligence Agency here in Missouri plays an important role in that alliance. Last year, our leaders signed a new Atlantic Charter, building on commitments first set out over 80 years ago by Winston Churchill and President Franklin Roosevelt. This new charter reaffirms our commitment to working together to deliver a more peaceful and prosperous future. And it demonstrates our ambition to explore new opportunities for innovators and businesses. And it sets out our vision to deepen cooperation in many other areas, from science and innovation to economic prosperity and the battle against climate change. We continue to work together, thank you. We continue to work together to make that vision a reality. And as the UK continues to face the challenges of the day, we do so alongside the United States of America, trusted ally. Friendship has stood the test of time. This college, this museum, stands as a permanent reminder of what we can achieve when we stick together, just as Sir Winston Churchill said we should. And just earlier, I presented the college a book authored by my Prime Minister about Sir Winston Churchill, signed by him, as a gift to recognise your particular part in that historic relationship. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening to me, despite the distractions of dogs, bells and dumpsters. And but I do implore you, as you go forward in your lives, to make sure that you help us protect the freedoms and the liberties that our two countries regard so highly. Thank you, and thank you all very much.